I really want to get back to my independent lifestyle that I was leading for so many years, because that's what made me happy.
I made up my mind that I was not going to spend the rest of my life at that nursing home. I wanted to be independent and be on my own.
I don't like the idea of a nursing home because honestly, a nursing home, you think of old people, not 21-year-olds.
Freedom Resource Center is a disability rights organization. Our mission is to work toward equality and inclusion for people with disabilities through programs of empowerment, community education, and systems change. We work with people with any disability of any age. It doesn't matter what the people's economic situation is either. We're here to be a resource for everyone who wants to live more independently.
Freedom Resource Center is a nonprofit organization dedicated to building a society in which all individuals are valued and respected. Our core services include information and referral on any disability-related topic, individual advocacy, peer mentoring, systems advocacy to implement change at the local, state, and federal levels, and skills training to increase independence. These core services are designed to help people with disabilities live as fully and independently as possible. Often this means being advocates for those who wish to live outside of nursing homes. All the different programs, rules, and agencies that people have to deal with can be overwhelming. Freedom can help make sense of it all.
When I was living in that nursing home for that short period of time, I felt really depressed because I was not being productive in life. And I also felt very controlled when I was in the nursing home, and it got very, very hard to keep going on day after day.
Clay Kylan was born with spina bifida, a birth defect characterized by an incompletely formed spinal cord. He is a paraplegic who has faced countless obstacles throughout his life.
Well, the main thing that I had to overcome with my disability, number one, is accessibility. And another thing that is even bigger is the stigma of what being a disability is.
Following a lengthy stay in the hospital due to medical complications, Clay was remanded to a nursing home for recovery and care.
I wanted a month. It ended up being 3 months. And in the nursing home, I felt I was not a person, I was a disability. And now I feel that I'm a person.
With help from Freedom Resource Center, Clay was able to return to an independent lifestyle, living in his own apartment and returning to a full work schedule. He works at the Bankers Connection, a national call center for Wells Fargo Bank.
Thank you for calling Baker Connection. This is Clay, and how may I help you today? I'm a problem solver. It makes me feel alive, that I'm actually living life and being productive just like everybody else.
And he's just an outstanding part of the team, and when he was out these past few months, there was definitely something missing with the team. We value Clay as an individual. He's a top performer for us.
Having a Freedom Resource Center there beside you adds validity, and I feel that I'm a person who used it effectively and it succeeded.
Maggie Bourdon's story is fairly typical for someone her age. Approximately 6 years ago, she suffered a stroke. Following a hospital stay, she was placed in a nursing home for rehabilitation.
I didn't like it one bit. I didn't want to go in a nursing home. and live there for the rest of my life. I felt like I was being locked up in something that I didn't want to do.
Maggie was determined to return to a full and independent lifestyle. With the support of her family and the help of Freedom Resource Center, she returned home.
I had to do something to show them that I could take care of myself. I made up my mind that I was not going to spend the rest of my life at that nursing home. I wanted to be independent and be on my own.
Maggie returned to the nursing home 2 more times for rehabilitation, but her indomitable spirit has always found her returning home.
I'm so used to being on my own, and it's terrible to have to be over a lot of people that you do not know. And I miss my friend.
At 9 years of age, Amanda Kraus was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia, a rare inherited disorder that affects the nervous system.
And they say that your life expectancy is middle 20s, early 30s. But that's what they say.
When Amanda turned 17, she needed a spinal fusion to correct scoliosis. Following rehab, county authorities determined she should be admitted to a nursing home.
I felt like the rug had been pulled out from under me. I couldn't believe it. Because 17-year-olds don't go into nursing homes. And I could not imagine her functioning at a nursing home level at 17 during her senior year in high school.
I don't like the idea of a nursing home because honestly, a nursing home, you think of old people, not 21-year-olds.
With intervention from Freedom Resource Center, Amanda's doctor, and her rehab facility, she was able to avoid a nursing home and instead returned home to live with her mother.
Freedom Resource Center stepped in as advocates when Amanda was in rehab to prevent her from going into the nursing home at a critical time when there was only a few days that Amanda could stay in rehab. And it was decided then that I would focus on Amanda and Freedom Resource Center would focus on getting her home.
There, we want people to learn from what they're dealing with currently so that next time they can do it on their own. But if they need us, we're there to help them. That's the thing with Freedom Resource Center. We want people to learn from what's going on currently so the next time they can apply it to the next situation. So we really want people to become their own best advocates.
With Freedom Resource Center's help, Amanda recently moved into her own apartment. It's a move that has brought pride and joy to everyone involved.
It's a miracle. I never expected this. I hoped for Amanda to live in her least restrictive environment, but I never expected her own apartment. I didn't.
Moving into my own apartment was a dream come true because of Freedom Resource Center. I feel like I changed by being more independent, by speaking my mind.
Today, Amanda is an independent young woman who enjoys everything life has to offer. She's on the dean's list at the seminary she attends, and she finds time to volunteer with local organizations like the Salvation Army and an adult daycare.
God has so blessed me in so many ways.
People at Freedom Resource Center don't just do this for a job. We do this because it's in our heart. And we don't go home at night and forget about what we're doing. We do it to be sure that people are living independently and they're living their dream.